Brian's name often appears in the media not only because of the extreme measures he takes to maintain his 18-year-old body, but also in connection with his scandalous personal life. For example, the press extensively covered Brian's complicated relationship with Taryn Sawzern, whom he broke up with while she was battling breast cancer. She later sued him but lost the case and ended up owing him money. Brian usually wakes up around 4:30 in the morning, and his day starts with standard measurements of body fat, muscle mass, and temperature. Sometimes, he undergoes an MRI. Recently, he started taking follistatin, a therapy proven to prolong the lifespan of mice. Before working out, Johnson drinks a health cocktail and takes around 60 tablets, medications for arteries and skin, prevention of colon polyps, and others. He then spends about an hour doing around 30 different exercises using a high-frequency electromagnetic stimulation device, claiming that it allows him to do 20,000 squats in 30 minutes. He has a carefully planned breakfast and lunch at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. The vegetarian menu varies based on his analysis, followed by about 40 tablets. After that, he undergoes fasting and strictly goes to bed at 8:30 in the evening. 30 doctors live with Brian, constantly monitoring his health in all aspects. He gets colon scans, currently 33,537, measures the thickness of his carotid artery and heart rate, stimulates his pelvic floor with electromagnetic impulses, and even keeps track of his erections at night. Anyone who thinks there are limitations on how long we can live doesn't understand what they're talking about, Johnson told a Vanity Fair journalist. Given Brian's lifestyle, it is not surprising that it is not easy for him to build his personal life. The description of Johnson's dating profile starts with, "Proceed with caution." On his social media page, Johnson has posted a series of requirements for a potential partner, which include the statement that, "the girl is not the main priority." In one interview, the millionaire said that he prefers to be honest and warn about the negative aspects of being in a relationship with him in advance. Nevertheless, Brian was able to build a long-lasting and strong relationship with Taryn Sawzern, although it ended in scandal. At the time she met Johnson, Taryn was already a well-known YouTube blogger and founder of her own consulting company, Happy Cat Media. She was invited as a speaker to technology conferences, worked as a correspondent, and produced her own episodes for Today and Discovery Channel. Johnson was the first one to show interest in Sawzern. He found her on social media and, according to Taryn's friends, aggressively pursued her. He took her to Lake Tahoe and quickly introduced her to his 3 children, and soon the couple started living together. One of Sawzern's friends called Johnson's actions a love bombing. Even then, Taryn's friends suspected that this would eventually cause problems for her, and soon they had significant reasons to worry. What started as a beautiful love story soon turned into a tale of extremely conflicting relationships. It began with Johnson gradually making Sawzern financially dependent on him. He convinced her to give up her previous job and focus on developing his personal brand. Taryn wrote speeches for Brian, created presentations, and developed his media projects, earning around $20,000 per year, significantly less than what she made from her own business, about $388,000 per year. Johnson also made Sawzern delete her most popular YouTube videos with millions of views, believing that they hurt his image, and sell her real estate in Los Angeles, as managing it took up too much of Taryn's time. Later on, Brian's control over Taryn's life only intensified. He read all her emails and conversations, demanded a list of all her past boyfriends. Meanwhile, Johnson told Sawzern that he needed to have relationships with other women, explaining that he needed to be honest with his partner and sharing details of his adventures. Once, he brought a woman to their hotel room at Bowery in New York and had intercourse with her in front of Taryn while she pretended to be asleep. The breakup with Brian came as a surprise to Taryn. She was fighting her cancer when Johnson suddenly announced that he was breaking up with her. According to Taryn, her lover did not support her at all when she learned about her illness, and he referred to her condition as a bad deal. He also said that Taryn was using cancer as an excuse to make everything revolve around her. It is clear from Brian's lifestyle that it is not easy for him to maintain a stable personal life. When they broke up, Johnson insisted that Sawzern move out by herself, as it would be very inconvenient for him, and offered to pay the rent for her accommodation for a year, but with the condition that she sign a strict non-disclosure agreement. The terms of the agreement, which included a penalty of $500,000 for even the slightest violation, seemed unfair to Taryn, and through her lawyer, she proposed that Brian pay her a one-time payment of $1 million, which infuriated him. Eventually, Taryn, exhausted from treatment and threats that Johnson would demand rent for the house they rented, reluctantly agreed to sign another contract. Later, when Taryn went into remission, she still demanded financial compensation from Johnson through the court for lost employment, missed opportunities, and psychological trauma. Her lawsuit claimed that Johnson had promised to be with her for the rest of her life and to provide for her if she helped him achieve fame. However, the outcome of the legal proceedings was bleak for Taryn. Since she had previously signed another contract with Johnson as his employee, the court considered that document first. It resulted in Taryn being denied compensation and being ordered to pay Brian Johnson over $500,000 for legal expenses. Johnson denies all accusations against him. According to him, he became a victim of the, "now I have to pay a decisive amount to a person I worked full-time for 4 years for a modest salary," believing in his promises. "A person who left me when I got sick with cancer, who broke his promises of support, and also intimidated and manipulated me, forcing me to sign an agreement that was only beneficial to him," as Taryn puts it.